Hi, this is Debbie from Lime Doodle Design, and today for Neat and Tangled, I'm taking a look at the June release, which consists of 4 stamp sets, an individual die, 2 stencils and a pack of sequins. Starting with the stamp sets, and we have 3 4x6 stamp sets. Bloom with matching dies, Beach Day with matching dies, and Welcome Home, again with matching dies. Then we have 1 3x4 set, Flamingo Floaty with matching dies. There's 1 standalone die, Exploding Blocks, and then 2 stencils, Rice Paddies and Exploding Blocks. Finally, the sequin pack for this month is called Sherbet. Let's take a closer look at each new product, starting with the 4x6 Bloom set. The set has 2 beautiful large sentiments, as well as a lovely floral image with a flourished baseline, and in addition individual flowers, leaves and flourishes too. I've placed a piece of white card in the Mini Misty and then stamped the floral flourish a couple of times with intense black ink to get a really good impression, and then I've also done the same with the individual flowers and leaves too. I've used a pair of tin snips to cut the nubs attaching the dies together and then lined the coordinating dies over their paired images and kept in place with washi before running through my Big Shot machine to die cut. I love the sentiments in this set and how the words and letters fit together. I chose the Bloom Where You Are Planted sentiment and stamped it in black on a white panel. I can imagine using this set with the sentiment stamped onto a softly ink blended background with the floral flourish nestling under the sentiment and the individual flowers and leaves dotted around. Okay, so I'm moving on to the 4x6 Beach Day set now. This set is packed with fun critters and summer icons. I stamped a collection of the images from this set in intense black ink and then die cut with their matching dies. Here's a card I made with this cute set that I'll be sharing on the Neat and Tangled blog next week, but I thought you'd enjoy a sneak peek of it today. I copied colour the 3 animals from the set and added a coat of glossy accents here and there. I mounted the critters on a lightly ink blended panel, and I also used the rice paddy stencil to give a hint of water to the background. The unique Welcome Home set has a large sign image, a collection of sentiments to add to the sign, and a couple of icons too. I stamped the sign in intense black ink and then added the house icon in clementine ink with one of the relevant sentiments stamped in black over the top. I like this so much that I also tried out the stalk image in Rosy Cheeks ink with a coordinating sentiment stamped on the sign crossbar and then the stalk royalty sentiment in black over the top of the stalk icon. This set has a matching die which I held in place with washi and then ran through my die cutting machine. Moving on to the last of the stamp sets with the cute as can be 3x4 Flamingo Floaty set. I stamped the image on white card with intense black ink and then die cut with the matching die. I love the rice paddy stencil and I think it's the perfect partner for the Flamingo Floaty set. The rice paddy stencil represents an overhead view of the shapes of the flooded rice fields, but also looks great as water or other organic patterns. I used a Ranger ink blender to dab Lake Shores ink into the corner of a white piece of card, and then this makes the perfect background for the little girl on her Flamingo Floaty. Here's a look at the card I made. I copy coloured the Flamingo Floaty image and then added stickles to the wing and beak, as well as to some of the areas of the rice paddy stencil. There's 1 individual die in the June release, the Exploding Blocks cover plate, and there's also a matching Exploding Block stencil too. This design reminds me of an overhead view of a road through a city of skyscrapers. I've die cut the Exploding Block stencil from black card, and I think the dramatic design would work well over a brightly coloured pattern paper or watercolour. If you were feeling patient, I also think the individual blocks would look great cut from lots of scraps of pattern paper and then pieced back together. For the stencil, I thought the explosion of blocks would look great with the colour radiating out from the stencil centre. I chose a colourway of Hot Lips, Clementine and Lemon Zing, and you could even extend the colours to include the whole of the rainbow. I think this background would look great with a bold stamped or die cut sentiment. Finally, the sequins for this month are called Sherbet and are a combination of peach, yellow and iridescent sequins in several sizes. I used a couple of sequins on my Flamingo Floaty card, and as I was looking at the colours sprinkled on my grid mat, thought that they toned well with the Exploding Block stencil background. That concludes my look at the new Neat and Tangled June release. If you want to find more information about the release, you will find that on the Neat and Tangled blog, and if you want to find me, I blog over at limedoodledesign.com. I want to thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.